Clive, a very good evening to you.
Hello, Mike. How are you doing?
Very well indeed. Better for having you up on the Skype wall, mate. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. What would your take have been on this had the instruction, which we understand is about to be issued from the Premier League, that you don't have to shake hands, not been delivered?
Well, the 2 points I would make. The first one is I wouldn't have wanted any QPR players shaking his hand. He showed again this week that he's just a disgraceful human being, really, who's not worth anything.
Well, hang on. I'm going to put this in alleged terms, if you don't mind, because there is a court case coming up, Clive. So what we're saying is that, you know, the allegations have yet to be decided by a court of law. Your opinion is that you don't think John Terry's a very nice man, and you didn't want your players to shake hands with him.
No, I mean, there's no allegedly about what happened in Barcelona the other night, is there?
No, there isn't. But that's not the subject of the court case.
But, I mean, that's not such a big deal. I mean, who else do you not shake hands with? What John Terry did the other night was a red card offence, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, you see plenty worse. So should they not shake hands with each other? I mean, QPR players had plenty of players sent off this season.
Yeah, we have. We like a player sent off.
Even your manager as well. Should they not shake hands with Mark Hughes?
The second point I was going to make is I don't think they should shake hands with anybody before the game, because it's just utterly pointless. As you say, once the game starts, they all cheat each other anyway.
Yeah.
Two weeks ago, Ashley Young shook Sean Derry's hand, and then 15 minutes later he cheated him and got him sent off, and we lost the game.
Yeah.
He shook hands with him 15 minutes before that. It's a pointless exercise.
Yeah.
Lining them up like that to shake hands every week. It means nothing to any of them. They start cheating as soon as the game starts anyway. Yeah. Played to that silly theme music that they make them do. It's an absolute waste of time.
Yeah, I agree.
Every game.
Yeah,
so here's another question, something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, is the FA and the Premier League.
Too much thinking, Daniel, but go on. Yeah.
The FA and the Premier League seem to me to trade off the animosity between teams. So if they're selling a derby match, they'll be talking about the fever pitch and the this and the that. Yet at the same time,
who says that?
So if you're watching an advert for the Manchester United...
Yeah, but hang on. That's not to do with the Premier League. That's to do with the Sky broadcasters or the ITV broadcasters. Of course, they try to reach a pinnacle of competitive spirit in the way they sell the game.
I don't think it's just about competitive spirit. Like the Premier League are taking money from Sky to show these games, and they'll have control over the footage that Sky use, the footage how they use it, and they don't have to sell it to Sky. But I think that the two of them are kind of at the same time they're colluding in the way that they're enhancing the kind of darker side of the game, whilst at the same time telling people how to behave themselves. Well,
hang on, let me put this to Clive. Clive, I love a game to be really, hyped up. I like the level of competitive resistance between the two teams to be at a fever pitch when a game starts. I like the crowd to be jumping up and down. But what we're talking here is there's allegations of racism. So, that's a completely different one. The handshake thing is all to do with the social fabric of our society outside of a football ground, not in it. And it doesn't belong there.
No, well, no. Let me put another point to you. The European Court ruling on what was copyright, what they could copyright and what they couldn't, said that you couldn't copyright the match itself, but you could copyright everything around it. So I just wonder what the motive for having the handshake and the theme music before every match is, because it comes into the stuff that they can copyright. I think there's ulterior motives other than let's all be friends and isn't everything wonderful behind these handshakes. I'm very cynical about the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a very interesting take, actually. I've not considered that one, but that's why we have a Skype wall, Clive, because we get bright guys like you who can even outthink Mega Brain Daniel Harris here. And,
I'm not having that. I used to be a lawyer.
And you've given him something to think about. Listen, I want to say thank you very much indeed, Clive. We've got to move on. We've got lots of people who want to give us their opinions on the show, but it's always great to have you with us on Sports Night Live. And please come back as soon as you can.
Cheers, boys.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.